How y'all
That
feel about
nigga
that?
fake Muslim.
I was gonna
That's
say,
all I'm gonna say.
you kick in the door. There we go. That answers my
Oh.
question. How you feel about the fight? Fake Muslim.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, fake Muslim.
Expound on it.
That man Garcia played a whole bamboozle trick on everybody. We thought he was on cocaine. We thought he was crazy.
no.
That brother walked in there and he went
I
to
think he's still on
beatboxing that nigga.
I think he's still on
He
coke.
went to beating Haley ass like he owed him money, even though Garcia did owe him $1.5 million for being overweight. I don't know. I ain't never seen nobody
Was
ever
the
go
burger
weigh
worth
in.
it? One burger?
He
3
was sitting there
pounds.
on the scale drinking the beer.
Was the
What you talking
Modelo,
about?
the Modelo and the burger worth
The
it? Bro?
nigga said after the fight, after every training session, every night, he was smoking and drinking every night.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
And
Give
I
or take
mean,
give or take
he
a few
walked right in there
sessions, he
and-
probably
and
was
dog
like,
walked that
all right,
brother.
not tonight.
Bruh. Hold on. I gotta go and say something though. What Cooley said. I mean, not Cooley. What Najee said. Najee, I think the nigga was still coked up. I think he was still on. I think that I don't know about that part. Everything else he got it. I definitely think the man was off coke, bro. The first thing after the fight, the man said, I want to praise God, blah, blah, blah. Y'all thought I was crazy. And then after, like, within, let's just say 20 seconds, he's like, I don't know, bro. I need a shot or something. I need like a shot of a beer or a shot of beer. A shot of beer? Like, bro, the nigga was going
Crash out.
You see him in the back, like, buddy in the back behind him. You can see, like, he kind of like, hey, bro. Hey, he got his hand like by him, like, hey, bro. Like,
Look here.
Hey,
Garcia, he felt the weigh-ins. He failed the weigh-ins and he failed the drug test before the fight. So I don't know what else he did.
What drug
test? I didn't know they did a drug. Well, I ain't gonna lie. Roy Jones Jr. did, like, I seen something where he was saying that they don't do like a recreational drug test. They do only test for like PEDs and stuff like that.
Yeah. So which
They
drug
don't do
test
any,
did he
All
fail?
I'm saying is I read the report and I saw the thing say that he failed the drug test and he failed weigh-ins. And he actually was and of course he was winning in the boxing match, of course. But there was some cards where they were saying like Haney was winning, but it's the fact that he walked right in there and won with all that on his belt, and he couldn't even win the belt leaving out. And I was like, damn, that's crazy, but you can't win the belt, but still, that's crazy.
But let's talk about the fight. You know, let's talk about the fight a little bit. I don't know if y'all saw it.
I seen the first two.
I watched the second round on.
Okay. So what are y'all thoughts?
David Haney came out swinging and came out aggressive. He came out trying to press the issue, but I felt like you just saw who's the better fighter, pound for pound, as the match progressed, and then just started revealing that Ryan Garcia started piecing him, started getting on him, and he was eating a lot of those early punches that Devin Haney was dishing out, because it was like one jab that he took in the face in the second round. I said, ooh. I was thinking like, ooh, David Haney might have this one. But man, he turned it up. Man, that second half was a different story.
Yeah, I definitely think that Haney thought he got a little comfortable. I could see Haney get a little bit comfortable, and I was just like, all right, what you gonna do? And next thing you know, boom, all it takes is that one. And Ryan, he in that face, he ready. That's when the beast unlocked. And then, yeah, Haney could never recover. As soon as they said that was his first knockdown, I instantly thought about last year's fight of the year when it happened to Earl Spence. Yeah, Earl Spence. When they said that was his first time getting knocked down, I said, oh, and he never recovered from Crawford. So I was just like, yeah, once I hear that, you got to be a different type of person to really recover from it. So, and, that just wasn't it for him. But, luckily he gets the extra money due to the test and the weight. And then he also doesn't get to lose his title. So I think that also played into his mind as well. I know I don't think so all the time because, when you're in that mode, you're trying to win the fight. But sometimes subconsciously you start to like, you're already going into the fight knowing this too. You're going into this was reported the day before the fight that you were already getting an extra 1.5 mil and it wasn't going to be a title on the line no more. So you actually went into the fight knowing this. So it kind of feel like he kind of cruised through the fight in a sense.
You're fighting with pride. You're fighting for pride at this point.
Yeah, now at this point you're fighting for pride, and if you're at that level to where you know how to handle your pride, you'll sit there and say, hey, it's okay, I'll take an L. But at the end of the day, he should have won. I think he should have really tried to win that fight.
Was his first loss, right?
His first loss. That's where it really stung. That's where it's like, okay, you could be like, oh, I'm not gonna be worried about all that, but it's that first loss now. It's like
Well, you could tell in that fight that because I want to say before professionally they fought before. They're 3-3 against each other, like in amateur boxing and everything. So it's like you could kind of tell in that fight they kind of knew each other a little bit. They knew, and also I want to give a shout out to Tank. Tank right now, before this fight, we were talking about how Haney needs to fight Tank. And at this point, he don't need to be thinking about Tank right now if he couldn't handle Ryan Garcia. Because I'm sitting there, I'm looking at this, I'm like, I could see that Ryan learned from that fight with Tank. He learned from it. Because some of the moves that he was doing, well, I was like, Tank does that move. So, like, if you go back and watch that Tank and Ryan fight, there's points when Tank is like have his hand out. He's kind of like sitting there holding it out, and he's about to set up his move. And I think Ryan was doing that same exact move. So it's like you could tell Ryan learned from that fight. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, you could tell Tank is head and shoulders above both of these guys. He's head and shoulders above majority of these boxers right now. So it's like I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, Ryan showed that he's still the king. He's technically the king. But Haney, right now, because Ryan can't take the belt off of him, at this point right now, he's a false champion. He's a false champion at this point. Because Ryan can't take the belt off of you, you've lost though. So right now, I'm looking at like, bro, whoever comes behind Ryan Garcia and they lose to Haney, I'm looking at like, bro, you gotta run it back with Ryan now, and Ryan gotta make weight and everything. Because at this point, anybody that he beats after Ryan after this loss, it's kind of like okay, but you shouldn't even been champion still to this point.
Nah, you gotta fight Ryan. Ryan gotta accept the fight. You know, but there's stipulations, of course, that has to be met. Ryan says he's not gonna come back down and wait. You know, so Haney would have to agree to go up, maybe. But we just saw with that weight difference,
why would I
could have done because of power. Because so I'm gonna give y'all some stats, but first I'm gonna say this quote that Haney said. He caught me early when I was sleeping on him. He caught me by surprise. I fell asleep on his left hook. Second round, I want to say, he got dropped by that left hook. That was when he got dropped. You know what I'm saying? That was his first time. He got hit by that left hook, and it was very, very early. He caught him early. He was asleep. Definitely.
So you see it coming, you let it hit you.
Right, exactly. Now I'm gonna throw some stats at you. We got Devin Haney. Jabs landed 42. Jabs thrown 85. Power landed 45. Power thrown 129. Power, hooks, uppercuts, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shit of the lean a nigga. Garcia, 55 jab thrown, 11 landed. 231 power thrown, 95 landed. All you got is a left hook. If you watch the video of what dropped Ryan Garcia early versus Tank and Ryan Garcia, Tank slips the left hook, as we saw Haney do a couple times. And he throws a left hook back, because when you throw a left hook and you are opposite of someone, what is wide open? The left side of your face. So I'm going to slip and throw a punch right back. And that's what Tank did, and he dropped his ass. Haney was slipping and going to his side and throwing a bunch of body shots. And when he was doing the shoulder roll and shit like that, he was throwing body shots. Bro, that's not doing shit against this guy who already has power over you. I never saw him throw a left hook. It did not look like he had a left hook. I kept saying it the entire time. Even his jabs was getting in. Like Cooley just said, it connected. It was cool. We see the stats. It just was never no power hits thrown for real. And it was just bad. Like, I was like, this shit looks terrible. to what Naj
All
said. I saw
that landed by Ryan Garcia, they had some power, some weight
they
behind
had
it.
some weight behind them, and it was shit that was when you throw a power punch, you're left open. That's why jabs are safer. Safer. When you throw a power punch, you are left open more often than not. Even for example, if I go like if we go MMA and I go to kick you, I'm left more open because if you slip this kick, but if I hit with this kick, you might drop type shit. The more impact type shit, you're left exposed. Bruh didn't attack any of that. Like it was just bad. Now, what Naj was saying, it looked like Ryan got some of the technique that Tank was doing with setting up his hits. And when they were locked up, every time they was locked up, go look at it. Ryan pulling on Devin every time, just pulling on his neck, pause, pulling on his arms, just pulling on him because that shit just gonna wear you down. And he just kept getting back into that situation, like because he had no hands for him. Now I will give it to him. He never gave up. He fought like a dog. I will give it to him. You can't say that he lost in the second round. Fought like a dog, but I just don't think he got the power. And in terms of talking to Tank, hell no. You better go talk to Shakur or go fuck with the Mexicans. Go see Rolly. Go see somebody else.
Put some footage
Not,
online.
I ain't gonna lie to you. He don't want. I don't think Haney want to see any Mexicans right now.
Yeah, he just saw one, and he also lost him in sparring multiple times. So it's like he's never really even. I think it was 3 times that they didn't spar.
say Gervonta.
Nah, he's not there yet. I think
Man.
I think he's good. Yeah, and then that fight just now the thing I'm hearing about fight of the year, way too early. It's only April. That would be a huge bad year in boxing. It would be a huge disappointment if that ends up being the fight of this year because we still have 8 months left in this year. So,
bro,
7.
I guess looking at it, I don't know. I guess because I'm a wrestling fan, because I've been looking at, it, I'm like, bro, this all. I think I just looked at Tank. Tank ain't fought since last year, April.
He was in jail.
I'm like, bro, is he still in jail?
He went to jail for I want to say like 60 or 90 days, something like that. And he had went in, and then he had got out, and I want to say that was around when Earl Spence and what's it called fought. That was around the time he got out, like a little bit before or after that, but that was around that time, and he was like back to working
Spence?
out and shit.
When last time Spence fought was
since then he hasn't fought since then.
That was last year.
That was his last fight.
I think it was like July maybe of last year.
So when the next time we go see Spence? When next Spence?
Bro, what do you asking?
I think they
right
might
now?
have. I think their next fight will just be a rematch of that. I don't think they'll have any fight. I don't know.
No,
I'm not asking anything. I guess because I always. I'm just asking. I'm literally just asking. That's all I am. Just making conversation.
But I'm gonna tell you the truth though. I'm gonna be honest. They get paid way more than wrestlers in the sense where it's like, bro, I'm probably gonna fight once a year, maybe twice a year when I'm coming up. You know what I mean? And so, in an Earl Spence case, I'm definitely resting a year. I definitely got to rest. I need to train. I need to get my hand-eye back up. You know, that shit was pretty bad in what we saw. So, you know, I got the money. I don't need to go back out there and rush to go and get in a fight and get myself knocked out. And, you know, let me get myself together and then come back out there. Now, Tank, you know, same thing. Like he went to jail, you know, you got to get yourself back together, shit like that mentally. I want to get out of the shit that I got going on with all this other shit. Let me clean this up. Let me train. Let me let all these little niggas go ahead and do what they do. Keep my name fucking
I get what you're saying. I guess I always look at it from like a selfish fan standpoint when it comes to boxing the UFC. I'm like, damn. All right, this is a good fight. So when next time we see next year? All right, fuck.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, UFC it gets me like that. UFC they'll do. See, they're different because you know Dana he'll have 3 fights a year, brother.
3 fights a year.
Yeah, he'll give you 3. You know what I'm saying? So
like that's why I like Sugar Shane. Like Sugar Shane O'Malley.
Oh yeah, he be fighting. He gonna have another one soon.
That's another conversation about they don't get paid that same amount, and that could be why. Because keep in mind that is a combo that Dana's talking about. Like we don't see the fighters that we want. We don't see the fights we want to see. You know, UFC, you gonna see the fights you want to see. The crowd make enough noise about these two people fighting. He making that phone
Yeah,
call.
because
He
McGregor
put
already
the
he's
phone
already back.
to where it needs to be
Yeah,
at.
McGregor's
You know
gonna
what
be back
I'm saying?
next year, this summer. One of those.
Exactly. So to that point,
But McGregor hasn't fought like 2 years though. 2 or 3
Yeah, I
years.
remember that last fight. It was
but
like
the thing
2022.
But McGregor left. They were arguing about
No,
some shit about
2021.
price points and things of that nature too, because McGregor got paid that boxing number, but McGregor went through the shit that he just went through, and I think he's trying to come back and start making some money and shit like that. But he just got a movie. Shout out to him. But they
And got
do
his
say
own
like
alcohol.
Dana don't pay niggas like they don't get paid like that. You know what I'm saying? They get paid, but they don't get paid like that. Remember, Francis
Like,
and Ngannou. He
No, no,
just
no,
went
no,
to the
no. Like I said, Pat. I'm not arguing because I completely understand it because it's like boxing makes way more money. You literally with Garcia and them just made like 1 million, 3 million. I think it's like I think somebody had walk out 5 million. I saw the other day. I read on the report and I'm like, bro, you have to for UFC. They have to do like maybe 2 or 3 fights for that to occur, and on top of that, Dana White had increased I want to say he increased the bonus fight or the bonus pay for UFC 300, and the way the fighters were acting on the stage when he announced it, they like, yeah, woo! Like I'm like, bro, okay. I'm like, y'all not getting that all the time? Like he's like, nope, and you can tell they don't. So it's like I get it. I look at it from a selfish fan standpoint. But damn, bro, I wish I could see them more. I wish I could see that person more. But overall, I think the fight for Garcia and Haney it was a good fight to me. I mean, Garcia, he came back. He had got what he I felt he lost something in that Tank fight, and he came back and got it back. Oh yeah, he dog walked him.
He was
Right.
grooving, boy.
Gar.
Like he was off that good shit.
Yeah.
He was not feeling
Whoop
good,
that.
bro. Yup.
Ass.
off that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's taking the
That nigga was
fight
off
seriously.
That white. That nigga was off that white, bro. I don't care what nobody got to say. He was fucking hot.
Yeah, for sure.